Hello, it's happening again. We're back. Got my water. And we're ready for another plan with me. Ooh, y'all. January was rough. Let me zoom us in a little bit. January was rough. I feel like for a lot of people, we are on the same boat. And it feels really nice to feel like I'm not alone. But also, what? What? Like, what is going on? What is going on? That's it. Just like with inauguration, with the fires happening in LA, I had friends who had to evacuate. Everyone's been fine. Everything's been fine. I mean, as good as it can be, because I know so many people are displaced. I am waking up super anxious because I feel like my parents are just gonna get deported at any second. So like, it's very high stress levels. I have a video coming out that is going to talk about my transition between therapists, so that's just another thing to add on to my plate. And the only thing keeping me sane is just making my little videos here. It's nuts. It's nuts. Life is nuts right now. It is just, ah. I hope that you are doing well, as good as you can be doing. Technically, February marks the start of a new fiscal year. This also just feels like my year is starting. That I just tend to follow that more than a calendar year. I do also believe that as Aries season enters and as spring begins and we have the Lunar New Year, like that makes more sense to me. I don't know. That's just me. Anyway, I am getting into my February notion and I'll go through the same rhythm. If you're new here, hi, my name is Karina, and I like to do plan with me's because I like to hold myself accountable to my goals and try and focus for the year. This has been so beneficial to me. I have been doing these consistently now because I did start sometime in like 2023, but I was not very consistent. And it's funny, like all of them have February in there, but like towards May, I just lose it. April, May, June. Consistently, it has been from, it looks like July, August, September, October, November, December, January. So like 6 months now. Woo! That feels really good. That feels really, really good. The first 3 months usually is this like trial run, and then you're like implementing these practices in the following 3 months. So 6 months gives me a really good sense of this works for me. I like doing it. I know that I want to continue it. And so here we are. So I do plan like bigger goals, life goals in my Notion calendar, which I'll show you. Again, it is not like anything like you see out there. Mine is simple, mine is easy because one, I'm still learning Notion. Two, it's just for me to hold myself accountable. Doing some goals, reflecting on the month. Like those are the things that I am just like, I need that consistency. I'll add more things like book tracking. We'll get into it. We'll get into it. So I use Notion and Google Calendar, and this month, you probably saw in my last video, I did another reset vlog, and that was after coming back from Vegas, and I just had so many things that I needed to get done. So I brought out my trusty daily planner because there's something about pen to paper, having that mechanism that fuels my brain and makes me feel like I need to accomplish things. So I did do a lot of my to-dos and just write a bunch of things in there so that I could actually physically see that I was ticking things off. Again, my Google Calendar I do use as weekly planning, but for my to-dos, it's just been so nice to write it all in again because I need to. And it's easier to like pull this out and a pen than turning on my computer, going to the web page, putting it into like the specific areas. It just feels like too many steps. with pen to paper, easy, scratch paper, here we go. I have a lot of little post-it notes just everywhere all over my desk. I would show you my desk, but I'm a little embarrassed of the way that it looks, but that's totally fine. It's totally fine. We'll get there. We'll clean up. It's okay. It's okay. As per usual, we are just going to go in here into my Notion. Okay, we're in January here. I did do my reflections already. It got a little personal this month, so we're just gonna skip on over that one real quick. Consuming me and my mind. Oh, I pray for the day I can be liberated of this debt. Oh, we're so many reflections, so many reflections. Okay, what we are going to focus on are my monthly goals. So I did do my 2 do nothing days. If anything, I had a little bit more than that. I got sick this month. I came back from a trip. We were just high stress levels. My partner lived really close to the fires, and so it was just constantly so many things, just so many things, so many things. I did have a lot of resting days, which feels really nice, and I am so very privileged and lucky to have the luxury to be home and rest. So very lucky. This month I also set out a goal to have 4 videos. I did not meet that goal. Surprise, surprise. I did do 3 videos. I'm filming this one. I will not be able to get it up by the end of the month, which is totally fine. I did take a week off because when we were out in Vegas, that's when the fires started happening and we ended up staying longer. Bless my friends for allowing us to stay longer. But we were so unsure about what was going to happen that it was better if we just stayed out there and it's fine. I am a-okay with only doing 3. I still did 3, you know? So anyways, the goal is gonna be 4 again for this month. My coping skills. Technically, I didn't do my yoga stretches every 2 weeks. Twice a week. Or my walk and run. It does look like I walked at least once per week, which was really nice. So I'm actually going to do that and check that off. And then 2 days ago, I did go out for a walk and a run, so that was nice. But I will say I was not very consistent with that. However, what I did do, and I'm just going to write it in so I can remind myself, I did talk to friends about my issues. I talk to my friends a lot more. I talk to my partner. He's so great with me. He will check in with me. My friends will check in with me. Even my mom, I've been more communicative with my mom, and communicative in the sense that like I'm actually sharing what's going on in my life, and that I think it's part of my coping. This is so weird because like I'm learning what my coping skills are and what works and what doesn't. And it's just weird to, I guess I feel a little embarrassed to just write in that talking to my friends works. But like it does. It just, I've known this fact. I just never practiced it or seen a before and after. And now I can see a before and after and I can say that it really does help me. So I'm very proud I'm very proud of myself for that because I can see the progress in me. I had my period this week and my previous therapist, we were working on seeing if I have PMDD, and she does say that I have all the criterias for it. Woo, just add it to the list. And so with that in mind, I was more diligent in how I'm going to cope through that time. And let me tell you, I think I did a great, fabulous job this week because the amount of things that just have been added to my list. Okay. Read a book a month. That is a new goal that I have, and I want to keep that consistent for the year. And I did finish The Stranger. I'm very proud of myself for that. I finished it yesterday. And I do want to start The Body Keeps the Score. However, I was on a walk like 2 weeks ago And I just had the urge. I'm looking for answers. On a personal level, I still have a lot of questions and I'm looking for answers, and I don't know why, but I had the urge to reread Perks of Being a Wallflower. So I started it this morning. I'm about 40 pages in, and I think I'm gonna make a video about this, like what my reading list is gonna be. Let me know if that's something of interest, because I don't want to buy any new books this year. I want to shop my own bookshelf. And if you guys want to do it with me, let's have a little party. But yes, I wanted to reread this. I don't know what answers I feel like I'm gonna find in it, but I remembered that it was a really good read. It's a beautiful story, it's a beautiful movie, and I don't know, I had the urge. So it's totally fine that I'm not going to start The Body Keeps a Score, because it's fine. I know I'm gonna reread it, because that's also something that is going to give me a lot of answers as well. I've read it before, I need to read it again. That's about it. That was my goals, and that felt good. Like I did pretty good for myself, I'm not gonna lie. And I need to remind myself of all the accomplishments that I have done. And that is one of them. Go me. Okay, now we are in my YouTube calendar. So again, you can see that I only did 3 videos. I have annotated them with the little done things, and I have been working on this one, my therapist one. I'm on my 3rd therapist. Oh, I have much to say about stuff. A lot of stuff. And then here I wanted to film my February stuff, but I did just like plan things out, annotate things. I have tried to like refocus with what I'm going to do with my YouTube videos. I was very proud of myself for my turnaround time with my Vegas video. It's up, you can go and watch it. My videos in general don't do very well, except for my plan with me's, but these videos, like the travel videos and stuff, I love to do, because I get to like make it a little vibe. Like the clips I can add with the music, and it just like flows nicely, and it's like a little story. It allows me the creative outlet that I need. So I'm hopeful that I will do more trips this year, and I really want to keep those up. Those are literally just for me. Like if y'all are not watching it, which I can see they just don't perform well, but I can always go back and see, and like those are memories for me. So I'm very proud of myself for doing those videos. And then I did a follow-up technically, because it was a reset after coming back from a week-long trip. So I was really proud of myself for sort of doing like a 2-parter in that way. And again, I was really like, I was on it. I'm getting a better flow of my editing and what I want to showcase and everything. So things are just like tightening up, I guess, which is nice. Oh, I just pulled out a hair of mine. Okay, I'm gonna move you guys. I just kind of like sat up a little bit. I will be very honest with you. My goal is still to get monetized on YouTube, because like extra money for my work just makes sense. However, I know that that is a very long journey, and I am strapped in, ready for the ride, which feels really nice, because I feel like I have now implemented a lot of my practices that I can just like keep going, and then when the time comes, the time comes. So that is my little YouTube progress, if you will. I'm checking the time because I know that I only had like 35 minutes on this memory card, but you know, it will be fine. Really quickly, in January, this is what January looked like in my Google Calendar. I am still semi keeping up with my little wins section. It's Yeah, I have not been keeping up with it very well. I'm gonna try it again for February because again, I still need to remind myself of like all of my accomplishments and stuff. So I do still want to implement that practice, but I don't know exactly why I'm not really putting it on here. Maybe it's just like maybe I need to write it somewhere else. My most consistent thing is that I'm still journaling. I'm almost done with this notebook. I have like, I don't know, like 40 more pages, and I'm still very, very consistent with that. So that's been helpful. And I've noticed that in these last several entries, I have been able to write more things that I'm thankful for and grateful for. So again, that has been very nice, very, very nice that I can notice that. Okay, I should have done this yesterday, but I didn't. I'm gonna change. I like this one. Ooh, do we just want pink? Ooh. I think I'll leave it like this. I do still want to keep the trust myself and the acknowledge and move through my emotions. I feel like I did a very good job this month on that, and I want another month of that same reminder. As per usual, my reflections, I'm going to do that on my own because that's from me. And here we're going to have uncheck those, uncheck these because I want to keep these consistent. Coping, and then this one, read. And I want to start the creative act. Oh, and last month I also did not play my clarinet. So maybe I'll pick it up this month. We'll see. We'll see. So I do want to read Perks of Being a Wallflower and then The Creative Act. I was reading that sometime in August because I bought it for my little brother, but I ended up giving it to him before I finished the book. I got like halfway through it. So then I bought a copy for myself and now I have yet to read it. So I want to read that one, and then I'll also add, because I feel like I'm going to read Perks of Being a Wallflower pretty quickly. I'm already almost halfway through and it is a super easy read, so I'm going to add The Body Keeps the Score on here as well. My idea is that The Creative Act I'm going to read through February and March, and then The Body Keeps a Score. Maybe I can finish that one in February. We'll see, we'll see. But those are the three that are on my lineup. Let me know what books you're reading. I do want to continue the coping skills. Oh, I want to add here. Share with friends. And you know, that one might be more prominent. For February, this is such a mess. My calendar is so messy. Let's see. I know I still want to do that journey video. I still want to do a consistency video. Ooh, I feel like that might be nice. And then my therapist one. I still wanted to do these like cooking videos. I wanted to just document my journey on that. Okay. Budgeting, I do want budgeting to be something that I do. I finally opened up my budgeting tracker and did a quick little update because I'm still looking for a new job and I really, really want to bring down my debt and my overall payments. So looking for a job is still on the list. And then I would love to move out this year as well. Let's go back into my YouTube calendar. Okay, I did not plan this out very well. These are some videos that I want to work on in this coming month. My therapist video, I have it filmed. I need to edit. Budgeting, I still would need to film it. And then my plan with me I'm doing now. and then my journey back to health. I have all of the stuff. I just need to actually draft it and make a outline for it and script it out because I want it a very specific way. I want to practice my storytelling, and that I feel like would do it justice. And then I had this idea about like what I would tell my 20-year-old self. Just over the years, so many things, so many things. And I feel like that would be a nice reflective video to film. So those are the four. These guys are all ideas, so let's just ignore those for now. Back on the topic of like tracking things, I still need to make a book tracker so that hopefully I'll have through the month of February. I also said that I was going to try out the calendar with Notion and like the integration with Google Calendar. I did not do that. I did not do that, and you know, I don't know when I will, but I still have my system that works and we're still here doing the thing. I do actually, in the spirit of tracking things and accomplishments and all of that, I do want to track my subscribers again, just because I want to see where I started and where I'm headed. Like going from in 2023 271 to 442, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Even just going from 431 in December to 442 in January. You know what I mean? Like, it's been good. It's been good. Oh, and while I want to continue tracking some numbers, I understand that numbers are not something that I can control, but I do still want to see that before and after. But what I have been doing is tracking how much I've progressed in just my editing alone, and like my turnaround time, and being able to upload 3 to 4 videos a month. I haven't done that in a very long time. And it just feels really good that I'm getting back into this rhythm and into this flow again for something that I actually want to do. You know what I mean? Like it's not chasing all of these things that I literally have zero control over. If people are not going to watch my travel videos, I can't, there's nothing I can do about that, you know? But I can control how much fun I had editing that. I can control when I watch it. I can control telling my friends like, hey, these are our friends. If you ever want to see more of us, like the videos are there. And that feels good to be able to see that progress, because even just like seeing the videos from when I went to New York in 2021 to the ones now, like I feel like my editing has gotten better. We'll still work on like animations and color grading and all of that, because that is something that I want to do with like short films and everything. So that is something just for me to track, and I've been doing a good job. Okay, now I only have about 5 more minutes, so let's get into what February is going to look like. The new focus here is simply working. I am head down, putting myself back into work. I feel like I have a better understanding of when to take a break, when not to take a break, when I could push myself, when I should lay off a little bit. And that feels really good that I'm getting that back into my body and my systems. And I think I'm very excited for this year. I'm very excited for what's to come. This is kind of this, it's just filled with work. I don't even have any like acting stuff lined up. I do want to audition more, and I've been applying to new places, so I'll keep going at that and see what that brings. But overall, while January was chaotic to say the least, I feel like it was a good month for me, and I hope that you have also been able to see your progress, been able to have some time to reflect. I think it's very, very important. We lose sight of things, you know? We sometimes just lose sight, and I'm excited. I'm excited for this year. Like, I'm actually excited, and I haven't felt that in a very long time, so that feels good. Okay, I'm gonna pick up, what is that? I'm gonna pick up my room a little bit. I'm gonna meet up with my partner. We're gonna have a little date and it should be good. Okay, thank you, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.